Greetings from Tokyo, my dear friends. This is Daisuke, and I very much hope that this video finds you well and in very good spirits wherever you are in the world. And if it's okay with you, I'd like to continue on with responding or using this video format to respond to your really lovely comments that you left behind on a video where I was talking about the Barnes Noble Criterion sale that is now taking place during this month of July in the year 2022 in Barnes Noble in the United States with regard to the Criterion titles and other titles as well, Arrow, etc. And so that brings us to the next comment here I have from our dear friend Magnitude Rev. So hello, my dear friend. It's nice to see you and nice to hear from you. And you say, "Hey Daisuke, I just wanted to briefly share with you the 7 Criterion titles I just purchased for the sale and will be arriving at my doorstep throughout the month of July. Drive My Car, Worst Person in the World, Okja 4K, Raging Bull 4K," and you say it's blind buy, Double Indemnity 4K, also blind buy, Citizen Kane 4K, and Woman in the Dunes. Also arriving in the month of July, I have one additional Blu-ray release arriving at my doorstep, with that being Everything Everywhere All at Once. And in the month of May, I had an additional haul arrive at my doorstep from Facebook Marketplace with a ridiculously good price that I couldn't resist. So Roma, Itumama Tambien, you say blind buy, Flowers of Shanghai, which you also say blind buy, Before Trilogy, blind buy, and 3 Colors Trilogy, blind buy. That's my list. I look forward to cracking into all of these titles, especially the blind buys. Magnitude Rev, thank you so much for this lovely update comment and wonderful lists, I should say. And thank you so much, as always, for updating me, updating the rest of us with this and your other comments on other videos that I have uploaded throughout the life of this channel. So thank you very much, my dear friend. So a wonderful selection here. I must say that you have a number of the recent titles, for example, the 4K releases that are new or that are going to happen from now. Again, at the time of the making of this video, it's now the beginning part of July 2022. You also have Woman in the Dunes, so well done. I'm very happy to see that title as well. That is a very mesmerizing work indeed. It has a lot of passion to it, as well as a lot of maybe symbolism and mystery. And all the while there's a sense of the human emotion that is really at the heart and soul of that brilliant work. So I very much hope that you enjoy that work. You didn't indicate a blind buy, so I'm assuming that you've seen it already. So in any event, thank you very much. But for the titles that you mentioned, blind buys, you mentioned Raging Bull, Double Indemnity, and Itumama Tambien, Flowers of Shanghai, Before Trilogy, 3 Colors Trilogy. Oh, that's wonderful. You know, I've wanted to speak more about the 3 Colors Trilogy, Trois Couleurs, but I've only spoken about it maybe in passing. And I remember that I saw it when it was sort of being released in VHS format, and so it was a kind of a big deal, and these were marketed, at least in the sort of the video store sort of community that I frequented. And so so to have these films being made available, and then the great Criterion box set release as well, that's really great. And also you say too, Before Trilogy too is a blind buy. Speaking of another great trilogy, another great box set. Yes, the Before Trilogy, that is a very special set of films indeed. So I very much hope that you enjoy that, my dear friend. And please let us know anytime you want to share your thoughts about these films, or any films, or anything for that matter, my dear friends. So thank you so much for that. Thank you, and I hope you're well. Warmest regards. Next, we have our dear friend airloomprovidence. So hello. And you say, "Hello, Daisuke. So far, I plan on getting Shaft and Raging Bull, but plenty of other titles could easily be added onto the list. Cheers. So thank you so much for this. So yes, Raging Bull and Shaft, these seem to be titles that many other people have been mentioning. So I mentioned our dear friend Magnitude Rev just a moment ago. He also mentioned Raging Bull in that list, and so now you're mentioning it here too, Raging Bull. So I am very, very excited for this release. I might have mentioned it somewhere, but I mean, among other things too, what makes that really special is that it will mark the return of sorts of the title Raging Bull into the Criterion Collection, because it was once, sometime back, Raging Bull was once a Criterion Laserdisc release. So it'll be wonderful to have a kind of return of that title back into the Criterion Collection. And to see, my hunch is that it will be a very popular title. Again, so many people have mentioned it already. So I too am very much excited for that release, which will be later in the month. So again, I won't be able to purchase it through the Barnes Noble sale, but through pre-orders, online sales, international shipping, etc. I look forward to receiving that when it does arrive. And then Shaft too. Yes, the title Shaft. It's a very recent addition to the Criterion Collection as of the time of this video, and it seems to be very much it's a very intriguing release. I have not yet had a chance to explore it yet. I was hoping, in fact, to make some time a little bit later today, my time, and begin to explore that. So I've seen the film a number of times, but this is I haven't yet explored the Criterion release, so I'm very much looking forward to that. So Heirloom Providence, so thank you so much, and if you have any other titles you want to share with us along the way, please let us know anytime. I would be so interested to hear about it. So thank you so much, my dear friend, and I hope you're well. Thank you. Warmest regards. Next we have our dear friend Mark Sebring. So hello, Mark, and you say, so Barnes Noble doesn't allow international shipping just for the sale or all the time? It seems like they will be losing a lot of business. They can just charge standard international rates. Yes, so thank you very much for the comment. Yes, I did mention that it appears that Barnes & Noble does not entertain international shipments for purposes of the sale. Now, I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't make purchases through the Barnes & Noble site on a regular basis, and so I'm not sure if this holds true for all transactions or whether it's solely for the Criterion sale. So again, I don't have that information, but and again, I don't know anything about the business model of Barnes & Noble specifically, so I'm not sure if they if it's a loss or if they are saving on costs, etc. So again, I'm not privy to that information, but it is what it is, I suppose. But as I mentioned before, there are, I think, other opportunities for sales through other, say, non-Barnes & Noble avenues or routes. So depending on where one is, hopefully one can find whatever it is one is seeking for as a consumer of these types of products. So, but Mark, thank you so much for this wonderful comment, and it's always nice to see you, and warmest regards. I very much hope that you're well. And Mark's comment is, yes, and you also have an emoji, so thank you very much for the emoji. It's kind of a sad face emoji, but that's okay. I'm also very much, as I say, very happy by living vicariously through the experiences of the many others who are able to enjoy the sale. So thank you very much, Mark, and once again, warmest regards. Next we have Paperking. Hello, Paperking, our dear friend. You say, greetings, Daisuke. I plan on going all out with this sale. I plan on getting films like Okja 4K, Virgin Suicides 4K, A Hard Day's Night 4K, The Red Shoes 4K, The Tales of Hoffman, Slacker, Dazed and Confused, Moonstruck, Pan's Labyrinth, The Worst Person in the World, Life is Sweet, Naked, Secrets and Lies, Portrait of a Lady on Fire, and many more. Hope you're doing good, Daisuke. Well, thank you, Paperking. What a list. And you say at the end there, a very enticingly put and many more. So I wonder what that could mean. If ever there were any, say, additions to this wonderful list, of course, please let me know. Please let us know anytime. I would love to hear about it, my dear friend. But what you have here listed, it's wonderful, wonderful. It's really great. By the way, yes, you mentioned the recent, say, re-release of the title, or the return or emergence of the title, The Tales of Hoffmann, Powell and Pressburger work, back into the collection. And it's the restoration version from a few years back. So in fact, for those of you who know, and I'll be talking about this in the next video discussion that I plan to have. The next Criterion Collection recent releases discussion is actually the Tales of Hoffmann, that new Blu-ray. And so for those of you who know the older DVD, which was the pre-restoration release, it's actually a little bit shorter. The restoration it has a little bit of extra stuff to it, which is very fascinating. So, while at the same time having a number, having the supplements from the earlier DVD carried over into the new Blu-ray, and they're really great, including, I might add, a great interview with George Romero, who loved this film, and who declared his love and admiration for this film and the works of Powell and Pressburger, the Archers. So it's great to have that carried over again. It's one of the greats, one of my favorites. So, Tales of Hoffmann, I very much hope that you enjoy. That is such a great film. And also, I noticed too some Mike Leigh focus as well. You mentioned Secrets and Lies, which is that's a great. Naked, wow. Life is Sweet, oh wow. This is so great. I'm very much a fan of the works of Mike Leigh. I think his works are towering. I remember, I might have mentioned this before, but I was around college age around the time, and I was in the U.S. at the time when his work, which is called Career Girls, was showing in the college town theater, a movie theater, and I went to see it so many times. Wow, Career Girls, yes. And then you have here Life is Sweet, which is, what a great release that is. And Naked too, that is a very intense work. And there's a very, very important quote from the film Naked, which it resonates. I mean, there's so many very intense scenes of dialogue and drama and conflict in the film Naked. It's a very intense work, but it has one of the, I think, the core lines of that film, and indeed maybe of any film by Mike Leigh, which is, "Don't waste your life." And my goodness, yes, that is a very powerful moment. Yes, a very powerful line. And then Secrets of Lies. I was so thrilled when Criterion Collection announced that it would be releasing Secrets and Lies, and when it came, it was really, really fantastic. I should mention here that I pre-ordered the copy of Secrets and Lies, the Blu-ray, and it was through maybe online retailers, and then paid with my credit card and things, and then it arrived maybe a week or so after the release date in North America. And I played it, and around around the middle of the film, the disc froze, and it jumped, and I looked on the underside of the disc, and there was no visible scratch mark or anything, but it froze, and so I assumed that it was maybe some kind of defect within the embedded part of the disc itself, not due to any outer wear or damage, but maybe something due to the encoding of the actual film itself at that moment of the film. And so it was something where I contacted via email Criterion through its website, the FAQ or the order support part of their website, and I sent an email, a general email saying, "Hello, I recently purchased Secrets and Lies, but I noticed around chapter so-and-so it freezes up," and I sent some pictures and the like. And the person on the other end, the support person on the other end, was very quick to respond, and I was very happy and impressed with the service. And despite my living outside of North America, in Japan, they were very willing to send in an envelope with a package, in a cardboard package, they sent a replacement disc free of charge. So, and then I played the replacement disc, and lo and behold, it was free from any such defect. So I was so happy about that. So that's an example of where Criterion support really helped out. I don't get too many of those issues. I got another issue about that with one of the discs in the Marlin Riggs set, but again, Criterion's support team was very quick to respond after I'd sent my email, and they were very kind to send a free replacement disc of that as well. So that was great. But it reminds me too, well, it brings me back to the film itself, Secrets and Lies. That is such a, wow, that is such a great film on so many levels. So anyway, Paperking, I'm so sorry, I'm speaking too much. I apologize. Paperking, my dear friend, I very much hope that you enjoy these and the other titles on your great list. And as I mentioned, if you have any more, please let me know anytime. I would very much love to hear about it, my dear friend. So thank you so much, and I hope you are well, and cheers.